Alright, so I got a story from BoundIntoComics.com here. Chris Hemsworth says his return to the MCU depends on Thor being portrayed drastically different from Taika Waititi's bastardization. I completely agree, 100%. He's not a fan. And further confirmation that the actor, like most everyone, is fed up with the director's blatant disrespect for the character. Chris Hemsworth has declared that his return to the MCU as Thor is contingent on being able to play a drastically different version of the character compared to his portrayal under the irony-laden direction of Taika Waititi. There's a thing from Thor 4. I actually saw that the other day. I didn't watch it in theaters because I didn't want to give them any money. Let's just say I borrowed a copy. And, the movie, I really didn't like the movie. But anyway, he was on a Josh Horowitz's Happy, Sad, Confused podcast. And he says, he got a couple quotes here. Where do you even go with Thor at this point? He asserted he's unsure if he would even get a chance to pick up the hammer now that his MCU contract is closed out with Thor 4. But should he ever get the chance to reprise the role, he would love to see his thus far career-defining character written in a way more akin to the tortured hero he was in the last 2 Avengers movies, rather than as the brains over bronze comic relief he was in his last 2 solo outings. I would argue, though, that for the most part, his appearance in Endgame, I would put more in line with Ragnarok and Love and War, or Love and Thunder, and all that shit. The way he was in Infinity War, that's the way I'd want to see Thor. Not this bullshit, I'm not some fat piece of shit or anything like that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, I guess. But he says, I think if you look at Thor and Thor 2, they were quite similar. 3 and 4 similar. I think it's about reinventing it. Not really sure what that, whatever. But he's like, I think I've had such a unique opportunity with Infinity War and Endgame to do very drastic things with the character. I enjoy that, Again, Endgame, he was in a fucking fat suit, so I don't know about that shit. But whatever. Anyway, he goes on. He's like, I like keeping people on their toes. It keeps me invested. I've said this before. Blah, blah, blah. There's a risk in getting lazy. But anyway, here's the thing. I think it would have to be a drastically different version in tone and everything, just for my own sanity. So he's trying to be nice and not just throw Waititi under the bus. But it's like, dude, like, I didn't think that Thor 3 was all that great. I thought it was good. Because it wasn't like too over the top, but there was some real stupid bullshit in there anyway. Like when Asgard's destroyed and everything, and it turned into a big fucking joke. That right at the very end. That's fucking stupid. But anyway, whatever. He also talked about how he's genetically predisposed to Alzheimer's. Do these experiences focus on longevity change the way you plan your own future? Hemsworth says 100%. He's like, oops. And I'm just at a point in my life where I'm meeting with different directors and people say, oh, look, he's a mad genius. He's mad, but he's a genius and he'll make great films. And I'm like, is that who I want to spend my days with? So the actor taking an ostensible dig at Waititi. 4 months, 5 months of shooting, then you've got press and possible reshoots and so on. So basically, again, he's kind of calling out Waititi without saying it. But at the same time, it's like it's not hard to infer what he means or who he's talking about. But he says something's gonna pull me away from my family and my kids. Is going to be a positive, constructive, collaborative experience. I shot with George Miller in a new prequel to Fury Road. Furiosa, part of the Mad Max saga. And I said to my agent, that's where I want to spend my work hours, with someone who was kind and collaborative and interesting. So even more shade towards Waititi. I'll link this article in the description box if you want to read it for yourself. I pretty much read the entire thing. I 100% agree. Taika Waititi should not do another damn project in the MCU. DC, don't get him. Don't, it's like he's like James Gunn, except worse. Like a lot of the stuff that James Gunn does, it's fine. He's got some good moments. He sometimes infuses too much humor into the shit. But if you have the right people, you can make it work. He doesn't go quite as over the top and far with it as Waititi does. Waititi is just a fucking idiot, to be quite honest. He just tries to ruin, like the part with I guess this will be a little bit of a spoiler, but with like Lady Sif in Thor 4, oh, at least I go to Valhalla, and Thor's sitting there like a fucking dope, talking about, well, because her arm got cut off. She's like, well, you didn't die during battle. He's like, but your arm will go there. And it's just fucking stupid. It's fucking moronic. Like, if you have the chance to watch Thor 4, I would not recommend it. It is a not very good movie. I'll go ahead and wrap this up here, though, because I'm starting to ramble. It's already been almost 5 minutes. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.